paste the link, online students. Anyone, can you send the link in the group? Yeah, Pavan, you can share the link. No one responding. You can share the link, the Telegram group. Okay. Yeah, in the last session, what we discussed, anyone? In the last session, what we discussed? Git workflow, right? Anyone having any questions, any challenges? Git workflow. Anyone having any questions? So, what is Git, anyone? What is Git? It is a repository tool or version control tool. Am I audible? Can you confirm, anyone? No one responding. Fine. So Git is a repository tool or version control tool, right? What is repository? Anyone? What is repository? Where we store our data, right? It can be any data. It can be binary files, image files, video files, audio files. Where we store the data, where developers store the source code is nothing but repository, right? And version control. What is version control? Anyone? What is version control? Track the changes over time, right? Yeah. So today we'll discuss about new concept, which is branching strategies. Before going to discuss about branching strategies, let's try to understand. I just want to recap the Git workflow. So today's concept is Git branching strategies. Yeah, Venkateswarlu saying something like Microsoft Edge is not allowing me to execute. What is the issue you're facing, Venkateswarlu? Git file is not allowing. Why we require Microsoft Edge? Yeah, I gave you unmute. Can you speak?
Sir, good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning.
Sir, actually, I downloaded the Git 64-bit file into my system.
Mhm.
But when I am executing it, that Microsoft Edge is there in my system, so that is not allowing me to execute that file.
When you're trying to download,
I had downloaded already.
after that,
After that, we need to double click on that, right? So to
yes.
install.
Uh,
So while I am doing that, Microsoft Edge is not allowing me. uh,
No,
for
once you
executing.
download the file will be available in your downloads, right?
Yes, yes.
So after that, you can click on that. That will allow you to install, configure.
Not allowing, sir. It is all my system is asking me to download that from Microsoft Edge only. So shall I remove the Microsoft Edge?
Yeah, better you can use Chrome, Google Chrome. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, actually, this is the first time. Will not give you any. Normally, whatever the browser you can use, you can use. Okay. So I am also using the Microsoft Edge here. Look at this, everyone. This is Microsoft Edge, right?
Yes, sir.
So here I downloaded so many files. I installed so many files. I haven't faced any issues. Okay, so you can try again. So still, if you're facing any issues, let me know. Definitely, I'll help you. Okay,
Sure, sir.
Monday,
Sure, sir.
let me know in the class. Definitely, I'll help you.
Okay,
It's
sir.
asking to activate the device we are using through the browser. Durga Prasad asking to asking to activate. Which activation? Okay, so enable, right? The browser ask you to enable as a default browser, right? Am I correct or not? So you can use better. You can use Chrome. Okay. Yeah. So still, if you're facing any issues, let me know on Monday. So definitely, I'll help you to resolve that issue. Okay. So you can try today. Okay. Yeah. Fine. Branching strategies. So before going to discuss about branching strategies, let's try to understand the Git workflow. I just want to recap the Git workflow because the Git workflow is very important concept. First session. So if you understand that entire Git concepts, okay, will not have any confusions. You'll not be having any confusions, right? So that is why Git workflow is very, very important. Every project team, every developer should follow the same workflow, right? So Git workflow. So here, when developer join into the project, first of all, they need to create one workspace. This is Git local workspace or workspace. Workspace is a normal folder, right? Once workspace created here, after that, so immediately we need to initialize. For the command we use, git init is the command to initialize empty git repository, right? After that, this time we need to create one user. How can we create the user? Git config space hyphen hyphen global user dot name. Within the double quotes, we can give the username, whatever username you want to give, you can give. Okay. After that, we need to create email address also. After that, if you want to check the users, git config space hyphen hyphen list. Okay. Yeah. So first time we can create the user lines, right? Right. So once we create the user, after that, development should be started here. Okay. Vi space file.txt or whatever name you want to give, you can give here file name. So in this file, developer start the development, right? Once the development is completed, yeah, once it started the development, if you check here, git status, the file will show you in the red color, right? Red. Yeah, still development is going on. Once development is completed, the file should be moved to staging area. What is staging area? Yeah. So this is the flow, right? Flow, git workflow. So staging area or index area, right? So how can we move the code to staging area? What are the command we use here? Anyone? Git add, right? Git add space file name or dot. File name or dot. After that, once the code is moved to staging area, now if you check here, git status, the file will show you in green color. Green. So now the development is completed. Now it is ready to commit. Now it is ready to commit. Next, we can commit the code. Commit the code, right? So to commit the code, yeah, this is commit area or git local. Or git local. Commit area or git local, right? How can we commit the code? Anyone? Git commit. So everyone practicing, right? Everyone practicing, right? Yeah. What is the commit? What is the commit code here? What is the commit command? If you want to commit the code, what is the command we used? Git commit -m commit message. Whatever message you want to give, you can give, right? Yeah. Once we committed the code, so now if you check here, git log, yeah. So it will show you who did changes, when did changes, what purpose did changes, right? Yeah. So based on that comments, Git will track the version, right? Who did changes, when did changes, what purpose did changes. Fine. Yeah. After that, what we will do, we need to create one GitHub account. So we need to create one repository inside of the GitHub account. After that, once we create the GitHub account in once we create the repository inside of the GitHub account, after that, what we will do? This is GitHub. We need to establish the connection between local and remote, right? How can we establish a connection? What is the command here? Git remote add origin space remote repository URL. Git remote add origin remote repository URL, right? After that, git push -u origin to master. What is origin here? What is origin here? Origin is the variable, right? Origin is the variable. What is variable? Anyone, what is variable? Variable is a value holder, right? So here, git remote add origin remote repository URL. So here in this origin, this URL will be stored, right? After that, you can give the git push -u origin to master. So you can push the code to remote repository here, right? Once we push the code to remote repository, the code will be pushed. After that, what we can do here? Yeah. Go and check in the go and check in the remote repository, right? So every project team, every developer should follow the same process, right? So in real-time projects, every developer, make sure every developer should follow the same process, which is a very, very important process, right? Yeah. So everyone, make sure everyone practice. Everyone practice. Everyone created the GitHub account, right? Everyone created the GitHub account, right? Anyone having any challenges while creating GitHub account? Anyone having any issues, challenges? No, right? Yeah. Yeah. Today's concept is branching strategies. Branching strategies. Okay. What is branch? See here. Look at this, everyone. Yeah. Git push hyphen u origin to master. So what is this master? What is this master? Master is a master branch. Master branch. Right. So by default, master branch created here. Okay. So master branch is a primary branch. Master branch is a primary branch. So we always, maintain the latest code. We always, store the latest code on master branch. Master always maintain the latest data, latest code, right? Yeah. So, for example, currently we are using different tools like Git, Jenkins, Maven, Ansible, etc. These tools are very popular. Currently, we are using very core tools. These are very popular tools because we are working on parallel development. We are working on parallel development. What is parallel development, anyone? What is parallel development? For example, any application, three components are available. Every application, right? Three components. First one is front end. Second one is back end. Third one is database, right? These three are very, every application required, fine. So front end. So in front end, normally we use the HTML, CSS, Java Spring, right, to develop the front end. So we are not developers. Developers, they work on the HTML or CSS, Java Spring, right, to develop the front end UI. UI is user interface, right? Yeah, backend. Backend is the API development. So normally in backend, developers they use developers they use Ruby, Python, Scala, whatever they require, right? Whatever the as per the requirement, they use the technology here to develop the backend. So third one is database. So we have different databases are available, right? MySQL database, Cassandra, Oracle, Oracle database, right? Document DB, different databases are available. Yeah, so this front end, back end database, we can create different sprints, different sprints. The different sprints, the different respective teams, they work on the different sprints, right? Yeah. So once the sprint is completed, they merge the code, right? So for example, this application development is having three components divided into three sprints, right? So each sprint is having 1 month time frame. So within the 1 month, this three front end, back end database, three development should be completed. Instead of working on one by one sequential development, so parallelly the development teams they work on the different sprints. They complete the sprint, they merge the sprints. Understanding right, everyone? Everyone understanding right? Yeah. Now here in development environments, so we create the branches. We create the branches. What is branch? Branch is a division. Branch is a division, right? Why we require branches? So in parallel development, without branches, parallel development will not work. Agile will not work, right? So for example, there is a branch here, which is a master branch. So this is a master branch. On master branch, on master branch, development is going on, testing is going on, right? So and hotfix is going on, database going on, everything going on single branch. So on single branch, if you perform all the activities, development will not move forward. That is why we always create the multiple branches to work on parallel development, right? Yeah. So on single branch, development will not move forward because, for example, development team is working on the application development. So 50% of the development completed, middle of the activity. So they got some hard fixes, issues, right? In case the team is working on a single branch, so middle of the activity, they got some errors and issues. In that case, what will happen? Development should be stopped. First, we need to fix the issues. Then we need to resume the activity. Or else, we need to roll back entire activity and we need to resume the activity, right? So two concepts here. So instead of rollback, instead of completing the activity, so what we will do, we create multiple branches, we work on multiple branches. We create multiple branches and we work on multiple branches, right? So parallelly, the development should be happen in the real-time projects. Okay. So now let us go and discuss about one example here, important example, which is let us say there is a bank. There is a bank, which is, for example, HDFC Bank. HDFC Bank. So this is the main branch. This is the main branch. So in banking technology, we can call it as a zonal office. Main branch, we can call it as zonal office. So in this main branch, all the transactions are going on, like credit cards and debit cards, personal loans, home loans, auto loans, consumer loans, right? Saving accounts, current accounts, whatever. All the transactions are going on single branch. So one single branch, they cannot manage all the transactions. So different, nearly 80 types of 80 types of the activities normally every bank they follow different loans, different activities, different transactions. Okay, yeah. So here, single branch they cannot manage all the activities. That is why to improve the parallel banking, what they will do, they create branches. To improve the parallel banking, they create branches. This is branch A and branch B. Branch A and branch B. Two branches, branch A, branch B. So in these branches, yeah, so the branch people start the transactions once they receive the latest code from master to main branch to new branch. Okay. Yeah. So whenever we create any new branch, immediately what will happen? Whatever the latest data is available on the main branch, that should be replicated to the new branch. So whenever we start whenever we create the new branch, what will happen? The latest data should be triggered. The latest data should be replicate from main branch to target branch, right? So here, branch A created. So once we create the branch A, the latest data should be replicated to the branch A. So on top of this latest data, the branch people start the transactions. Transaction should be started on the latest data only, right? So whenever they add any changes on the branch A, the changes should be merged to the master branch. So whatever the changes happened in the branch A, that changes should be merged to the main branch. So because always main branch always maintain the latest copy, latest data. Same way here also, whenever we create the new branch, data will be replicated here. So on top of that, branch two, branch B, people start working on the activities, transactions. Once they add any changes, again they need to merge into master. So like this, whenever we create the new branch, right, what will happen here? Latest data should be replicated to the new branch. So on top of that, transactions should be happened. So once they add any changes in the transactions, that should be merged to the main branch, master branch. This is the actual process, banking process. The same way, same process is happening on the development environments also. So master branch is the main branch. Master always maintain the latest copy, right? So on master branch, we should not start the development. That is why developers, what they will do, they create a branch, new branch. They want to start any development, they create a new branch. This is a development branch, development branch. So here I created one sprint one, sprint one. So once I create the sprint one, what will happen? So latest data will be replicated from main branch to sprint one branch. From master branch, latest data will be replicate to the sprint one branch, new branch. Whatever the latest data is available on the master, that should be replicated. What is replication? What is replication, anyone? Replication is a duplication. Replication is the duplication, right? So latest copy should be replicated to the new branch, sprint one branch. So on top of this latest data, developer should start the development, right? Yeah. So development is going on here. So while working on development activity, while working on sprint one development activity, sprint one team. So middle of the activity, they got some hot fix. What is hot fix? What is hot fix, anyone? Issues, errors. They got hot fix. Immediately, what we will do? We create a new branch, which is hot fix branch. So we delegate some hotfix team to the hotfix branch. Yeah. So once we get the hotfix branch, new branch, what will happen? The latest data will be replicated from master to hotfix branch, right? So here hotfix team start working on the issues. They fix the issues. Yeah. So here, yeah, once we get the sprint one here, whenever the changes happened on the sprint one, make sure they need to merge into master, right? So while working on sprint one, so development team, they got some hot fixes, right? So once they, yeah, whenever they get any hot fixes, immediately we can get the hotfix branch. On hotfix branch, so yeah, hotfix team, they start working on the fixes. They resolve the issues. They fix the issues. After that, they need to merge the code into master because master always maintain the latest data, right? Yeah. So here fixes issues resolved and they merge the data into master branch, right? While working on sprint one, we can create one more sprint, one more branch, which is sprint two. Because parallel development, right? Sprint two, right? On sprint two, another team, they start working on the sprint two parallelly. So whenever create the new branch here, what will happen? Latest data should be replicate from master to sprint to. So on top of this, development team should start the development, right? Sprint 2 is the future release branch. Sprint 2 is the future release branch. Okay. Once they add any changes on the sprint 2, immediately they need to merge into master because master always maintain the latest data. Clear, right, everyone? Everyone understanding right here? So these sprint 1, sprint 2, sprint 3, sprint 4, like this, we can create a number of sprints. So these sprints, we can call it as development cycles. Clear, right, everyone? Understanding, right, everyone? Any questions here, anyone? Anyone having any questions, any confusions? You can raise your hand. Anyone having any questions, you can raise your hand. Ask me the questions. Sprint is nothing but timeline. We know that, right? And the branch is a division. So if you want to start working on parallel development, so we require branches, different branches. So in our previous project, we used to use 18 branches, 18 branches. So parallelly, development team, they used to work on the different branches. They used to merge the branches into the respective main branch. Any questions here, anyone? Venkatesh, raise a hand, right?
Sir, in this process, where we store our data, sir, I mean the changes or
Yeah, in this process, we store the data in local Git only. Local Git. I'll show you practically will say that. In local Git only, we store the data, right? So in that local Git only, we can get the branches. I'll show you how to get the branches. In Git also, in Git and GitHub also, we can create the branches. We can work on the branches. Yeah. Now, create a workspace here, which is branching. Open the workspace, crash here. Now, Git init here. Now it is initialized, right? So once we initialized, now I'm in master branch. Look at this, everyone. Currently, I'm in master branch. Master branch is the main branch, right? Yeah. So in this master branch, I want to create a file. I want to create a file. Vi master.txt. Insert hi. This is master branch. Escape, save and quit. Now the data, the file is saved. Now if you check git status, so the file is showing a red color. Means still development is going on, right? Yeah. Once the development is completed, what we will do, the code should be moved to staging area, right? So now command here is git add space dot, or you can give the file. Enter. Now the file is moved to staging area. Now if you check git status, the file is showing green color. So now it is ready to commit, ready to commit, right? So if you want to revert back to previous state, you want to move to local workspace. What are the command we use? You want to move the data to previous state. Hit rm hyphen hyphen catched file name, right? Yeah. Now, once we once we move the code to staging area, now I want to commit this code. Hit commit hyphen m commit message master changes. Now the code is committed. Now if you check ls, only one file is there in the master branch. Now if you check git log, git log, look at this everyone. Who did changes? When did changes? What purpose did changes? Rama did changes. When did changes? Saturday, March 22nd, 7:46 a.m. did some changes. And see here, this is a comment. Who did changes? When did changes? What purpose did changes? He's saying something. Master changes. Now Git started tracking. Version control started. Once we commit the code, tracking will be started. Clear, right, everyone? Understanding, right, everyone? Yeah. Now I want to create a new branch. So this is our default branch, which is master branch, right? Now I want to create a new branch. Someone asking some question here. Yeah. So it's is a sprint divided according to the app server, database server? No, no, no. Not as per the requirement. Is sprint divided according to the app server database? Why you are talking about server? Don't confuse here. Don't confuse here. So every application is having three components: front end, back end, database, right? Front end development, we can create a sprint. Back end development, we can create a sprint. Database also required. Normally, we can create a sprint. Once the development is completed, we can deploy onto respective application servers, right? That is a different process that we will see later. Understanding, right? Patnaik, that is different story, servers. But here, sprints are, why we require sprints here? Because parallel development, right? So in parallel development, we always use the Agile methodology. Agile, in Agile, we create the sprints, right? Yeah. Now, in the master branch, we have a master branch. In this master branch, we have a file which is master.txt. Now the file is committed. Data is committed. Now I want to create a new branch, which is I want to create a new branch, which is development branch. How can we create the development branch? Command here is git branch, branch name, development. Now the branch is created here. Development branch is created. Now, if you want to check the branches, how many branches are available? Command here is git branch. Look at this here. Master branch and also development branch. We have two branches are available, right? So currently we are in master branch. Now, if you want to switch to the development branch, we can switch. So once we create the branch, what will happen? Anyone? Once we create the new branch, what will happen? Everyone following, right? Once we create the new branch, what will happen? You have to tell. Anyone? Once we create the new branch, what will happen? Here I explained. Here I explained. What will happen? Once we get the new branch, data will be latest data. Yes. Someone saying yes, correct. Anirudh there. Anirudh. Yeah. So whatever the latest data is available on the master branch, that will be replicated to the new branch, right? So on top of that only development should be started. Developer should start the development. Okay. Now, once we create the new branch, if you go and check in the new branch, how can we check out? How can we switch to new branch? Command here is git checkout development. Now I'm in development branch. Look at this, everyone. So master branch to development branch, I switched here. Now if you check ls, same file is available in the development branch also. Because once we create the new branch, yeah, so the data will be replicated from new branch to and master branch to new branch. Fine. So on top of this latest code, we need to start the developer should be started here. Okay. Developer should start the development on top of the latest data. Now he started the development. Second developer is working on development branch. Vi dev.txt insert. Hi, this is development branch. Escape, save and quit. Right now, git add space dot git commit hyphen m commit buses. Right? Yeah. After that, if you check here, ls in development branch, we have two files are available. In development branch, we have two files are available. Right? Yeah. In master branch, how many files are available? In master branch, how many files are available? Only one file, which is master.txt. Right? So whenever changes happen in the development branch or new branch, the data should be merged to the master. So whenever any changes happen in the new branch. So currently here we have to check git log, two commits available. Look at this, everyone. On the master branch, on the development branch, we have two commits. Master, yeah, master changes and dev changes. Two commit IDs are available. Look at this, everyone. These are the commit IDs. But the master is having only one commit ID, only one change, right? Now I want to switch to master. Git checkout master. Now if you check here, git log, only one change is available, which is a master change, right? So this is the commit ID. Only one commit ID is available on the master. But development is having two commit IDs, two changes. That changes should be merged into master. Whatever changes happen in the new branch, that should be merged to the master. How can we merge? Command here is git merge development. Now the data is merged to the master. Now if you check ls, look at this, everyone. On master, we have two files are available. Two files. Understanding, right, everyone? Yeah. Now I want to create one more branch, which is hotfix branch, right? So what are the command we use? Create the new branch, git branch, hotfix. Now hotfix branch is created. Hotfix branch is created. Now if you check here, git branch, we have three branches are available. Master branch, hotfix branch, development branch. Three branches, right? Currently I'm in master branch. Currently I'm in master branch. So we have three branches are available here. So now what I will do, So here I want to check out to hotfix branch. Git checkout hotfix. Once we check out hotfix branch, how many files will be there in the hotfix? Anyone? Now I'm in hotfix. How many files are available here? How many files available in the hotfix? Two files. Because whatever the latest data is available on the master, that will be replicated to the new branch. Understanding right, everyone? Whatever the files are available on the master, those files will be replicated to the new branch. Now, if you check ls, look at this dev.txt, master.txt. Now, I want to create one more file on the hotfix branch on top of the latest data. vi hotfix.txt. Enter, insert this is hotfix branch. Escape, save and quit. Now, git add space dot git commit hyphen m commit message. Commit message. Yeah, now the code is committed. Now, if you check ls here, we have three files, but master is having two files, right? That is why we need to merge hotfix into master. Now, git checkout master. So, if you want to merge hotfix to the master, first we need to check out to master. From master only, we need to merge the new branch. Now I'm in master branch. From master branch, we can merge the hotfix branch to master. So how can we merge? Git merge hotfix. Now it is merged to master. Now if you check ls, look at this everyone. dev.txt, hotfix.txt, master.txt. Three files are available in master branch. Understanding right everyone? Clear right everyone? Any questions here everyone? Same activity we can perform in GitHub also. Same activity we can perform in GitHub also. How can we perform that? I'll show you. Go back to GitHub account. Yeah. This is our branch, right? This is our repository, right? Repository, new repository. Yesterday we created, right? Yeah. Now I want to create. So currently we have only one branch. Look at this, everyone. Only one branch, which is master branch, right? So on master branch there is a data. There is a file code.txt. Now I want to add one file on master branch. Click on plus symbol here. Create a new file. New file. Now give the file name master.txt. So give the content here. Hi, this is master branch. Click on commit changes. Commit changes. Now, yeah, now we can committed the data here. We committed the change. Okay. Now in the master branch, we have master.txt, code.txt. Two files are available. Now I want to create one more branch, new branch on GitHub. So for which click on this drop down. There is a master branch, right? Here there is a drop down. Click on this. Now give the name, give the branch name, development. Click on create branch. Click on create branch. Now the branch is created here. Look at the symbol. Now the branch is created, which is the development branch. So this is master branch. This is development branch. So once we create the new branch, whatever the latest data is available on the master, that is replicated to the new development branch. So in master branch, we have two files are available. Look at this, master.txt, code.txt. Same files replicated to the development branch. So in development branch, master.txt, code.txt. Two files replicated here. Now I want to add one more file in the development branch. How can we add? Click on plus symbol, create new file, file name, dev.txt, sys, development branch. Click on commit changes, commit changes. Now development branch is created here. On development branch, we have three files available, right? So this dev.txt not available in the master. Let's check it out here. On master branch, there is no dev.txt, right? So on development branch, we have three files, but master is having two files only, right? Yeah, development is having three files. Master is having two files only. That is why here we are getting pop-up. Development had recent pushes 2 minutes ago. Development is having latest data that should be merged to the master. So currently master is having two files only. Development is having three files. Now what I will do, I want to merge development to master, for which click on compare and pull request. So look at this everyone. Understanding that everyone? So what we're discussing, you understanding that everyone? Online guys. Everyone. Understanding right? On master branch, only two files are available. Development branch is having three files. Look at this everyone. So this dev.txt is not available in the master. That is why what we will do, we can merge the development branch to master. How can we merge? Click on compare and pull request. Click on this. Now create pull request. Now merge pull request. Next one, confirm merge. Once you click on confirm merge, yeah, the data will be merged to the master. Whatever the data is available on the new branch, development branch, that will be merged to the master branch. Understanding right, everyone? Clear, right, everyone? Any questions here, anyone? Now it is merged. Look at this. Master is having three files. Okay. Now I want to create one more branch, which is hotfix. Click on master. Now give the name, branch name, which is hotfix. Create branch. Now the branch is created, hotfix branch. In the hotfix branch, we have three files are available. Master.txt, code.txt, dev.txt. Three files, right? Yeah. So on top of this, I want to create one more file here, which is hotfix.txt. Create new file. Click on commit changes. Commit changes. Now, hotfix is having four files, right? Hotfix is having four files. So master is having only three files. So whatever the changes happened in the new branch, that should be merged to the master. Master is having only three files. Hotfix is having four files. So whatever changes happened in the hotfix, that should be merged to the master. How can we merge? Click on compare and pull request, create a pull request, merge pull request, confirm merge. Yeah. Now the latest data merged to the master. Master is having four files. Clear, right, everyone? Understanding, right, everyone? Mask, yeah. Git and GitHub both are same functionality. Git is a local repository. GitHub is a remote repository. Git is completely CLI we use in real-time projects. GitHub is completely GUI, graphical user interface. Clear, right, everyone? Yeah. Next one. Someone asking difference between pull and push. Pull. What is pull? What is pull? What is push? In general, what is pull? Deepak, what is pull? What is push? In general, yeah. Pull is if you want to pull the code from GitHub to local, you can pull the code. If you want to push the code from local to remote repository, we need to use the push. I'll show you that. Yeah, push already happened. Yesterday we already pushed the code, right? So today I'll show you how to pull the code. Okay. Yeah, can we transfer files from hotfix to development? Yeah, you can merge. If you want to merge, you can merge. But normally we should not merge into development. We always merge into master. Prasad. Okay? Yeah. Fine. You understand that, everyone? How to create branch? What is branch? What is branch? How to create branch? How can we switch to the branch? How can we merge the branch? How can we check out the branch? Right? You understand, right, everyone? Next one. In both places, developer will do this activities. Develop DevOps near role. Yeah, DevOps near role. DevOps near will not involve into development role, right? So sometimes developers they do mistakes. Always they do the mistakes. By the time DevOps needs involve into that, and yeah, normally we guide them. We give the KT, right? So developer always work on the Git and GitHub. So sometimes while pulling the code, while pushing the code, they face some issues. By the time we need to involve into the process, but we don't involve into the development. Okay. Yeah. Development activity performed by developers only. DevOps engineers, they will not be involved into the development activities. Fine. Next one, important one. Whenever new developer join into the project, what will happen? How they start their development, how they pull the code into local, how they start the activity. So let's try to understand how to pull some specific files instead of taking all files from branches. So why we require specific files? Normally, when you create new branch, what will happen? All the data will be merged. All the data will be replicated. That is the thumb rule. That is the thumb rule, right? Master always maintain the latest copy, right? Yeah. Next one. So whenever new developer joined the project, as a DevOps engineer, what we will do? We give full KT. This is scenario one. We have four real-time scenarios. I explained first scenario today. So tomorrow we'll work on another three scenarios, and also tomorrow I will work on Git stashing, Git conflicts. Okay. Yeah. Now scenario one. Scenario one. So new developer joined the project. New developer joined the project. So we have to give the KT as the DevOps engineer. we have to give the KT. What is KT, anyone? Knowledge transfer, right? Knowledge transfer. We need to give the KT. So first of all, first step here is, yeah, create a workspace. Create a workspace. We need to give the KT. First, you need to create the workspace. Workspace is a local folder, right? Yeah. So after that, second step here is open the folder and git bash. Open git bash here. After that, third step here is initialize. Initialize. Initialize as a repository. So for which command here is git init. Git init. After that, once we initialize, no need to create user in real-time projects. In real-time projects, no need to create the user because we always use the LDAP user. What is LDAP, anyone? What is LDAP? We discussed in the last session. Always use the LDAP user in real-time projects. What is LDAP? What is LDAP, anyone? LDAP and ఏంటండి? Anyone, what is LDAP? Lightweight, lightweight directory access protocol, right? Yeah, lightweight directory access protocol. So this is the, yeah, normally when we join into the project, we'll get one user. So local IT team, they create a user. That local user, we can, that alias user, we can call it as alias user. That alias user, we can call it as LDAP user. LDAP, lightweight directory access protocol, right? So by using that LDAP user only, we can log in into the systems. We can log into the applications, right? Yeah, once we initialize, after that, fourth step, pull the latest code. Before pulling, establishing the establish the connection between establish the connection between local and remote, local Git and remote, which is GitHub. After that, fifth step here is pull the latest code from GitHub to local. Pull the latest code from GitHub to local. So we need to pull the latest code from GitHub to local. After that, sixth step here is on top of the latest code, development should be started. These are the steps we need to explain to the new developer, right? Yeah. So for example, developer joined the project. Developer joined the project, started the development. So first of all, what you need to do? You need to create one workspace, right? So workspace name, we can give scenario one. Yeah. So here you need to open the git bash. Git bash here. Now Git init here. Init initialize as a empty Git repository. Now it is initialized empty Git repository. After that, what you need to do? What is the next step here? You need to establish the connection between local and remote. Local Git to GitHub, right? How can we establish the connection? How can he establish the connection here? What is the command he used? What is the command we need to use here? To establish the connection, what is the command we use? Anyone? Git remote. Git remote. Then what is the command? Anyone? To establish the connection. Git remote and origin space remote repository URL to establish the connection between local and remote. Right? Yeah. Once we establish the connection between local and remote, we need to pull the latest code from remote to local. How can we pull the code from remote to local? Yeah. So command here is, yeah, first of all, we need to establish connection. Git remote add origin space remote repository URL. So copy the URL, paste here, enter. Now the connection is established. After that, we need to pull the latest code from remote to local. We need to pull the latest code from remote to local. Git pull origin to master. Enter. Now the code is pulling. Look at this, everyone. The code is pulled. Now, if you check ls, look at this. These are the files available. In GitHub, whatever the latest code is available, that code we pulled into our local master.txt, code.txt, dev.txt, hotfix.txt. Same data is available on GitHub also. Look at this, everyone. Same data we pulled into our local. So on top of the latest code, development should be started, right? So here we started the development vi git.txt, for example, git.txt. Open this file, insert hi. This is my new development activity. This is my new development activity. Escape, save and quit. Now git add staging. We need to move to staging, right? Every time we need to move the data to go to staging and we need to commit every time. Git add space dot git commit hyphen m commit message. Scenario one. Now the code is committed. Now if you check here, 5 files are there, right? So here git.txt also added here. Now I want to push this code to remote repository. How can we push this code to remote repository? Git push hyphen u origin to master. So we can push the code from local to remote repository. Enter. Now the code is pushing. Now the data is pushed to a remote repository. So here we have 4 files, right? Now we can go and refresh here. Look at this, everyone. Git.txt. Just now we push the file. Scenario one. Clear, right, everyone? This is the actual process every developer should follow. So when they join into the project, we need to give the KT as a DevOps engineer. We need to give the KT. After that, they need to start the development. They need to initialize. They need to create a workspace. They need to open the Git bash. They need to initialize. After that, yeah, connection should be established. After that, pull the latest code from GitHub to local. After that, on top of that, they need to start the development. After that, push the code to After that, they need to add into add to staging, commit the code, and push the code to remote repository. Clear, right, everyone? Understanding, right, everyone? Any questions and anyone? Anyone having any questions here? You can ask your questions. If you have any questions, you can ask. You can raise your hand. I give you unmute. You can ask your questions. This is the actual process every developer should follow. Okay. If you have any questions, you can raise your hand. I give you unmute. You can ask the question.
Sir, if multiple users use the GitHub at a time,
Yes.
so is there any duplication files or like that?
Nothing, nothing. No duplication, nothing. So while working on, I'll show you. Yeah, tomorrow Monday session. In Monday session, I'll show you something rebase concept. By the time you learn, you will understand. No duplication, nothing.
Okay, sir.
Anyone having any questions? Yeah, Raviteja, you can ask your question.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, good.
Um, so, uh, is there a scope for branching strategy with respect to environment? Let's say if we have to push the code to the QA branch, like, do we have to do a specific branch or
Yes, yes.
anything?
Yeah, specific branch also we can push the code. So from master to specific branch also can push, or development to specific branch also we can push, or development to hotfix. So we can push the respective branch. So wait for some time. Definitely that will be covered.
Okay.
Any other questions, anyone? So make sure everyone practice this branching strategies. So branching strategies are very important concept. Okay, this concept is very important concept. Every project team they're using multiple branches, right? So in agile methodology, in parallel development, so branching strategies are very important. Make sure everyone practice this. Okay, and also this scenario, whatever the scenario we discussed, this also can practice. So Monday, what we will do, we can work on other three scenarios which are very, very important interview questions also. After that, so we have very core concepts: git stashing, git conflicts, git rebase, git cherry pick. Different concepts are there. So we'll go one by one. Okay. So Monday we'll cover three real-time scenarios and stashing, and git rebase, git conflicts. Someone asking some question here. Yeah, so we follow clone process. What is the difference between both of them when you use clone or other? Yeah, right. So clone. What is clone in general? What is clone? Shikesh. What is clone? Clone is a application, right? Yeah. So here you're asking a question which is what is the difference between clone and pull? Am I correct or not? Clone and pull. You're asking, right? Difference. When we use the pull command, only files will be pulled into our local, right? From remote repository to local repository, we can pull the files, only files. When we clone, entire repository will be cloned into local. There is a small difference here. When we clone, entire repository will be cloned into our local. When we pull, when we use the pull command, only files will be pulled. The cloning I'll show you end of the Git. Cloning, and also one more command is there, fetching. Fetch. Fetch also there, right? Pull, clone, fetch. Three commands. I'll show you end of this Git. Right? So make sure everyone practice Git workflow and branching strategies. While practicing, if you are facing any issues, can post it to the group, right? You can go through the recording session posting the post into the Telegram group. First, you need to go through the recording and you can double check. Right? Yeah. So we can stop here. Make sure everyone practice. Don't miss the practice. Okay. Yeah. Is some process of Bit bucket and Bit, yeah, Bit GitHub, Bitbucket, GitLab. All the repositories are same functionality. If you understand Git and GitHub, you can handle any other repositories. Bitbucket, GitLab, Subversion, right? Yeah. Fine. So we can stop here. Make sure everyone practice. If you are facing any issues, you can post it to the Telegram group. Fine. So Monday we'll discuss on real-time scenarios and Git stashing and Git clone, Git conflicts. Fine. Yeah. Thank you all.